Anyway, thank you. Have you guys enjoyed your tea time? Yes. Yes. Okay, that's good. Okay, so okay, we will start our breakout session 3. Right now, okay, let's give a round of applause to our breakout teacher, Professor Dr. Nurlisa Ginting.
Thank you.
All the way from Indonesia, chairing this session. Okay, so Prof, over to you.
Yes, thank you very much for letting me to be a co-chair in these sessions. First, I would like to thank you to the committee, especially Professor Yusuf, to invite me to be a co-chair in these sessions. And the second one, we are also deeply sad to hear about the recent earthquake that hit Thailand and Myanmar. We from Indonesia, we express our deepest condolence to those affected and those who have lost a loved one. I would not forget that I would like to say, and these sessions we will start every author will be given 10 minutes, and I would like to check it whether all the participants, especially the speaker, is already with us or still not present. For the community, for all the presenters, it's already in the
Yes.
room.
Yes,
or
everyone
still
is present for the presentation.
not.
Take names. Okay, take names. Okay, roll call.
Yes.
Okay.
I think can I
Okay, Mama Shafi.
the code?
Okay, present.
Muhammad Shafi.
Sharifuddin Zainal.
Oh, present.
Present. Muhammad Hafiz Zainal. Present. Shamsul Amri Abdul Latif. Present. Siti Landi Ahmad. Present. Zuaida Saipun. Present. Okay. So everyone's here.
Okay. All the author is already present, or just only the paper of LXE 001,
Yes,
the
present.
natural elements is already
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Muhammad Shafiq is already already in the rooms.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Muhammad Shafiq. Yeah, I would like to ask Muhammad Lutfi, the one from Thailand, is also with us or not?
Not here, Doctor.
Oh,
Just
okay.
me alone. Yeah.
All right, then I think I will give the floor for you, Muhammad Shafiq, and the times is 10 minutes for maximum 10 minutes for presentation. The floor is yours, Muhammad Shafiq. Please.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Okay, good evening to all participation and also presenters. My name is Muhammad Shafiq Muhammad Hussein, and also my co-author, Prof. Dr. Muhammad Kipli Abdul Rahman and Muhammad Lutfi Chiti. And today I would like to present my paper about natural elements in the mantra of Igal ritual Geta Bajau Sabah from an eco-criticism. Okay. So this is a research background or introduction. Right, according to Nurul Aina Ibrahim and Masri Nawati Ahmad, nature is combined plants, animals, seas and rivers, including the heavens such as sun, stars, moon and many more. So this is a type of the nature. And then Rosaini Hamad and Muhammad Yuzaidi told the function of the nature is critical to social, cultural, religious and economic life. And then the interconnection between nature and human is inseparable because it's indirectly involved in human daily life. Alright, and then of course the research focus on the mantra. So mantra is the most important elements to ensure the occurrence of the ritual. According to Muhammad Anis Muhammad Noor in 2017 and Hanafi Hussein, the function of eagle ritual theatre related to the norms of life of the Bajau Laut, which emphasize the value of harmony between the physical reality and metaphysical reality of all the supernatural, which is a microcosmos and macrocosmos. And then William Howard's 1996 in his books, Ecology Between Humans and Other Creatures is due to interdependence in daily life, while ecology ethics describe the human attitude of respecting and being in harmony with non-human creatures. And Howard said ecology is very huge. One of the ecology is human ecology. Okay, we go to the research objective and focus on the research. The first is identify the elements of nature in the eagle ritual theatre mantras. And the second is analyze the elements of nature in the eagle ritual theatre mantras by applying William Howard's 1996 theory, which is eco-criticism. And then the third is justify reflection the elements of nature in the eagle ritual theatre mantras due to interdependence between humans and environment leads to universal well-being. Okay, alright. This is the literature review. First is Bajau ethnic and eagle. And according to Malaysian Information Department 2017, Bajau represent one of the largest ethnic, which is the data is 113,164 in Sempurna, and across Sabah is 436,672. And the eagle, in the framework of the traditional belief, the principal objective eagle ritual theatre is facilitate healing in order to safeguard the community from the adverse effect of plague or curse, refers as a tulah. And this is from Muhammad Kiblat Rahman in 2020. And the mantra sentence, when spoken, can create supernatural powers for specific purpose. For example, for this is from Dewan Bahasa and Pustaka 2005. And Nurlisa Ginting told the function of the mantra for medicine, beauty, self-defense, and many other use because element of the nature and symbol. Because in the every mantra have their own nature elements and symbol. And then of course this research using the eco-criticism and Howard said eco-criticism requires an inclusive method across discipline and has a theoretical analysis method that covers various issues. That's why Howard's tried to classify for 4 principles in eco-criticism, which is ecology, ethics, language, and criticism. Alright, we go to the methodology. Okay, of course, this research using the qualitative, which is ethnography and as a primary, and the secondary for using the eco-criticism. Alright, so ethnography, I choose the location of Kampung Menampili and Kampung Hampalan Darat, which is a Pulau Bumbung archipelago Sabah, and then try to interview the informant to get the data, which is the mantra. And then when we get the mantra, so we try to analyze with William Howard's eco-criticism, which is we apply all 4 principles in eco-criticism, which is ecology, ethics, language, and criticism. Alright, this is a finding of the mantra. What we finding is Makboya mantra, Lubuk Penangsang, Makalamat mantra, Jaga Badan mantra, and Kebusungan or Sawan mantra lah. Alright, so we go to this discussion. Alright, based on the figure, mantra Makboya incorporate animal elements Animals have their use and function in human life. Animals are not only a source of food for human, but can also provide clothing and for medical and pharmaceutical purpose. It's a perspective of eco-criticism. Ecology explains the balance and conservation of predatory reptile species that affect the balanced ecosystem. Because buaya mantra using buaya, which is crocodile, white crocodile, but in the Bajau Laut said buaya putih. Okay, so it's a sacred animal and empowered to help during rituals. This implicates alludes to human ethics, which prioritize the use in animal named Sikara Simayang. The language of the eco-critic using the Sikara Simayang refers to white crocodile. This reflects the animism and spiritual belief in the community of practitioners and shows that the original language is still maintained to connect the human and non-human words. Right. And then the second is they use a plant. Okay. And the data use of plant, for example, lubu penangsang. Lubu penangsang, which is in the word flower. Actually, penangsang they use the mayang pinang. Mayang kelapa. Mayang kelapa in English, coconut palm. Right. Apart from animals, plants are most important elements in daily life because they provide fruits, vegetables, and other things. Coconut palm are one of the tools used during the penangsang ritual. The individual holdings the coconut palm is kalamat or shaman, the leader of the ritual. It sees from the perspective of eco-criticism. The coconut tree indeed has many benefits to humans, starting from its roots, trunks, leaves, fruits, and flowers. It's also categorized an ecosystem-friendly plant because almost all its parts can be used to reduce the waste of the natural resources. But due to the traditional and heritage belief in the Bajau Laut community regarding to the coconut palm in the penangsang ritual, it will continue to use as long as the ritual is still practiced by its community. And this further increase the respect of the practicing community towards nature and encourage from the aspiration nature. Similarity, if we look at the symbolism in coconut palm, which symbolize fertility and survival, it's important to healing ritual. However, coconut palm should be controlled so that natural coconut production process is not affected. Alright, so and then the third is the use of the cosmos realm. The cosmos realm divided into the real and unseen world, which is a microcosmos and macrocosmos lah. The real world in the world found in the sky and earth, it can be seen with the five senses of the eyes, such as rivers, seas, mountains, hills, and sun and the moon. The unseen world that cannot be kept as sacred, where the existence of heaven, hell, and heaven. For example, the kebusungan ritual or sawan medicine use a mantra that contain the elements of cosmos, namely clouds. Okay, awan-awan. From the point of view eco-criticism, cloud benefits not only human but also other creatures such as animal and plant, providing rain, maintaining humidity, and controlling the earth's temperature are function and benefits of cloud. Therefore, the community of practitioners use cloud in mantra for purification and healing language. Force, cloud are often individual emotion and feeling. For example, the idiom mendung di hati describes sadness, while awan putih bersih describe a sentence of peace of mind. Alright.
Okay. 1 minute.
Alright, so we go to the conclusion. The Igal ritual theta mantras contain natural elements that promote universal humans and environment harmony. This study's limitation focus on the elements of nature in Igal ritual theatre using eco-criticism, which is ecology, ethics, language, and criticism. And future studies hope focus on language aspect, either studying the language home or comparing it with mantra from other communities in Nusantara region. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad Shafiq. It's a very good presentations, and the topic is also very unique. I would like to give the floor to, especially to the participants who have the questions for the speaker. Oh, is there any? No? Okay, I think maybe I would like to ask one question for to Muhammad Shafiq. Yeah?
Yeah, Prof.
Yes. Could you? I think the reason is very unique. Yeah, is regarding about mantra. Could you elaborate a little bit about the result of this research, especially in the relation of the promoting universal human and environmental harmony? Because I know that you have three objectives, but I think I would like you to elaborate in this. I think in the third objective. I think that's all, Muhammad Afif.
All right. So based on the research, of course, research this research have three objectives, which is identify the natural elements, and then, for example, we can see the animals in the natural elements animals in the research. So they use the white crocodile, for example. White crocodile, they am I right? Am I right? Okay. So they use the white crocodile for refers the interconnection with human and non-human. So this reflect for human can preserve the crocodile, even though how to put it? Can you repeat again, Prof? Sorry, the question.
Okay, I think the question is only, could you elaborate the result of this research, especially in the relation with promoting universal humans and environmental harmony? That's the questions. Just elaborate the one that you already finding.
Result for the panel.
Okay.
Sorry, Prof. We on the same group. Okay, actually for the results, the mantra itself to preserve the narrative from the sacred narratives into one of the lyrical and also right down to the mantra. They are giving how to enchant it, meanings. That is the way how the sacred narrative preservation, I think. That is the final result that we preserve for the ecological, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And they didn't kill the animal itself. And when they're read or giving a chance within the crocodile will come into a spirit, and that is how to preserve a two-way of the cultural integration, I think, from the ecological itself. Maybe it can answer your questions.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. Muhammad Kifli. Is there any other? Okay, we have 1 minute more. Is there any questions from the floor? If is there? No. Okay. If there is no one giving questions, I think that's all for these sessions. Thank you very much for your presentations. Okay, now we are going to the second author is Sarifuddin Jainal. Okay, Sarifuddin Jainal, are you already okay? The floor is yours, Sarifuddin Jainal.
Alright, thank you, Prof. Assalamualaikum and very good evening. My name is Sarifuddin Zainal. I am from the Academy of the Arts and Creative Technology, University Malaysia Sabah, and together with my co-writer, Prof. Muhammad Kipri Abdul Rahman from Institute Seni Kreatif Nusantara UiTM, Encik Amsali from Faculty of Music and Performing Arts, UPSI, Dr. Marshall and Muhammad Shafiq from Academy of the Creative Art and Technology University Malaysia Sabah, and also Dr. Khairul Kamsani from School of the Art University of Hull. We're going to be presenting our research on both reimagining traditional performance from ritual to theatre for heritage sustainability. Basically, the whole idea of the research is basically to transform the healing ritual performance into a traditional theatre performance for three purposes, which is for heritage sustainability, and second for the culture empowerment, and third is for the ethnic economic empowerment. Before I'm going further, let me explain about what is Mak Ombo is the ritual. Is the healing ritual performed by Bajau Laut ethnics of Sempurna Sabah. Mak, in direct translation, is translated into doing. Mak is doing, Ombo is the spirits of ancestor. Mak Ombo is doing a spirit of ancestor, which is actually a healing ritual involving the calling of the spirits of ancestor and the guardian spirits of nature. Mak Ombo have a variety type, such as Mak Dewata, Kok Tahun, Mak Panggajin, Mak Dundang, Mak Duata, Mak Buaya, Mak Kelamat, and etc. diverted by the repertoire of the performances and also the sub-ethnicity of the practitioner. Performed with a sacred and secular function. The secular function is to gather the family members and friends and to strengthen their relationship. When the sacred function is to heal the sickness, especially the sickness of the problem involving the angry spirits of the angry spirits of the ancestors. All right. This practice is actually based on the belief to the keomboan. Keomboan is the term used to refer to the spirits of the ancestor or the guardian spirits of nature. It involves dancing, singing, mantra reciting, role playing, and trick playing. So, this research derived from the problem found lingering in Mak Ombo performances, which is Mak Ombo is now facing cultural erosion due to the modernization impact and endangered Mak Ombo. Mak Ombo is now face the threat of extinction, and some of the performances are already evolving into a liminality form and that arouse the new problem, which is the new form led with the identity of the Bajau ethnics. which being mixture with the others culture ethnicity, which is like Sulu, and has been dominated with the more dominant culture in Sabah, like as Kadazan and Rusuk. So, alright. Then the research found the research gap. First, the research gap that we want to fulfill is, of course, first the existence of Sabah traditional theatre, which is what we are in to complete the field of theatre traditional in Malaysia, and the second one is the culture product for tourism. Sampurna is the tourism hub of Sabah, which is many tourists come because of the island, because of the ocean. But the tourism activity in Sampurna much focus and much involve the outdoor activity, and being dominated in the tourism industry being dominated by the outsider, which is not giving much impact to the local ethnics. When the local ethnics all work as a coolie, as for the business tycoon there. So and then we wanted a strategy to preserve of course the cultural heritage. So this research aimed first to do a theoretical transformation for revitalization, which is we wanted to have the liminality form of the traditional ritual performance. Second, we want to apply these Shatner and Turner's theories as a strategies and approaches to the transforming and preservation strategy. And third is empowering local identity and well-being by preservation strategy of local heritage and financial empowerment of the local ethnics. Next is my methodology. My methodology is actually, this research built this new methodology based on the Victor Turner concept of the liminal state. According to Shatner, according to Turner, the liminal state will begin when the community being pushed to the limit or to the edge, or something being pushed to the limit or to the edge. The liminal process will be started. The liminal process is when the community being in the open state and being in the between an open state, which is and according to Turner, liminal form is a new form that will be built when new meaning achieved collectively by the community. So when the meaning collectively achieved, the research believe that when meaning can be constructed and can be guided. So we come with the strategy, with the preservation strategy, with the transformation strategy, which is, we call it as guided liminal. There are 5 steps or 5 stages of guided liminal. The first stages is the early research, which is to identify the potential ritual that we will want to work with and to want to transform. And the second one is the conceptualization. The conceptualization is consists 2 steps, which is the bridging and the reflecting. The third is the embodiment. The embodiment is the prototype building. And for the pilot show is to test run with the community. And the final step is the declarations and promotion. We actually...
Excuse me, 1 minute.
Alright, so
this is the flow how we reflect from the traditional ritual into the traditional theatre performances during non-variable extract from four performance universal quality of interjectional and Prof ritual reflective of theatre. So this is Mongkut traditional ritual. We have three features, which is concept attribute, physical manifestation, and ideological underpinning. The performance concept is much similar to most of traditional theatre point out by Gauss Nasaruddin. Features, functionality, the concept of bermain structure consists of buka panggung, the performance at the panggung temporarily, and also scenography minimalist. The narrative core is Arun Salamia, staging of the configuration, costume using ala bimbang and baju sipit of Bajau traditional, then music ensemble as kulintangan, and the ideological underpinning is syncretism, Islamic and pagan belief, keumbuan, guardians and ancestral spirits, ocean, the power of purifications, and the conclusion.
Thank you very much, Safaruddin. Time is already limited. I think we could go directly to the QA. And please, is there any questions from the floor? Okay, waiting for a question coming from the floor. I would like to ask the questions to the Sarifuddins, the presenters. Based on the three categories of the performance that you already explained a bit, because the time is very limited. For example, the conceptual, physical, and also ideological. Could you explain which is more influential in these transformations?
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prof, for the question. So actually, the features, there are three categories of performance features, which they exist in three layers of depthness, which is the core and the core and the deepest layer of the features is ideological underpinning, where the part of the point of view and the belief and the thought of the ethnic and the culture and the way of life is there. And then the second layer is the conceptual, and the third layer is the physical manifestation. So the most important layer is the core, which is the ideological underpinnings.
Okay, very clear. It means that with your research, you find out that the important things in this case is ideological.
Yeah, of course, yes, Prof.
Yeah.
Because that is the elements that portray most of the identity of the ethnics, actually.
Okay, that's very good. Is there any questions from the floor?
Yes, Prof, I do have one question related to
please.
The one that you showed about religion.
Could you the name? Could you introduce your name, please?
Okay, my name is Samsul. I'm wanting to ask about the paganism and the religion part. So how do you differentiate between those two?
All right. Okay. First of all, paganism is the old belief that inheritance by the ethnics from their ancestor, and Islamic thought is the new belief that come with to them bringing by the suluk ethnicity around maybe during during 80s. So in the early stage of the 80s, the ethnics do not have conflict because they have achieved the syncretism belief, which is they mix the paganism into the Islamic thought, which is such as in mantra they do Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, they recite Bismillah, and part of the mantra they change with the Quranic verse and so on. But when along the way on the early 90s, most of them got modern, especially the young generation. They have they have been educated and they have been exposed to the outside world, and they knew what is the what we call as majority Islamic thought in Malaysia. So they have refined their Islamic thought. That is when the conflict started to arouse between the old secularism belief and the new Islamic images. And we can know, we can differentiate with which one is the which one is the paganism. The paganism is all involved in the keumbuan and the spirit of nature, the spirit of penyu, the spirit of pari, and so on.
Okay, thank you very much. The explanation from Sarifuddin Jainal is very clear, and thank you also from some to Mr. Sam raising the questions. And I think we adjourn these sessions from Sarifuddin Jainal. Now we go to the third one is Mas Biha Mat Isa, is it right? Sorry if there is a first. Okay. Oh yeah, Mas Biha Mat Isa.
No, actually,
is it correct?
I'm Muhammad Hafiz Zainal.
Huh?
I'm Muhammad Hafiz Zainal, the second author.
Oh, okay. You present this paper, yeah? Okay. Muhammad Hafiz Zainal.
Yes, correct.
Is that?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay. The floor is yours, Muhammad Hafiz, for 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good evening to our moderator, Professor Dr. Nurlisa, and also members of the floor. My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Zainal, and I'm from College of Built Environment, UiTM Puncak Alam. And this paper, today I'm going to present this paper entitled Utilizing Tree Risk Assessment, TRA, and Unmanned Aerial Vehicle, UAV, for Predetermined Tree Hazard Identification. Okay, so last year, especially in May 2024, our country, Malaysia, had been shocked and bombarded with a lot of cases of tree felling, including the ones that had causes the loss of life. And according to Bernama in 2024, the cases of tree felling have been increasing year by year. And Kuala Lumpur has surpassed all other areas in Malaysia for the numbers of tree felling issues or problems. So this has brought to the importance of tree risk assessment or TRA because of the urban safety concern due to the falling trees, and also the need for early risk identification in order to avoid this issue from keep on happening. However, TRA is a labor intensive and time consuming, and its accuracy relies on the visual observation alone, and lastly, it lacks on the important information on the tree health, especially on the defects and potential hazard. However, with UAV or unmanned aerial vehicle, or what we call as drone, it can provide a faster, energy efficient and cost efficient and potentially more accurate option in collecting the data. So the aim of the study is to integrate on-ground inspection data using TRA with UAV-based hyperspectral imagery data as predeterminatory risk hazard levels on selected hotspots in Kuala Lumpur, with the objective to enhance tree hazard assessment with UAV technology, to explore the detection accuracy of high-risk trees using UAV, and lastly, to assist urban planners in proactive risk mitigation. And these are some of the key studies and also the literature review for this paper. So the liability and hazardous trees. So the trees that been considered as the hazardous trees are the trees with structural defects and would pose risk to the people and also the infrastructure. And also the tree risk assessment or TRA is actually developed by ISA, International Society of Arboriculture, and consists of 3 levels. And then TRA in Malaysia actually already been implemented because we have certified arborists in Malaysia. However, due to some challenges, for example, limited budget, staff, and also expertise, it causing the inconsistent implementation of TRA in Malaysia. And then UAV technology in TRA is believed to be able to replace manual assessment and also provide a model that is better to enhance the urban tree hazard assessment in Malaysia. Okay, so this is the methodological flowchart for this study. And for the study area, we had chosen Jalan Seri Bintang in Kepong and also Jalan Awan Besar in Seputih, Kuala Lumpur, due to the data provided by Kuala Lumpur City Hall or DBKL from the cases of the tree fall. So these 2 areas are among the KL hotspots for the tree felling issues. And then for the data collection, we are using the drone. The model is Phantom 4 Pro that provides 2D mosaics, 3D models and real-time video. And after that, on-site inspection by certified arborists. So the trees were individually inspected by certified arborists in order to cross-check the data provided by UAV and also to collect the basic physical information on the trees. And after that, in terms of tree data recording, the data being recorded by overlaying the UAV images using Quantum Geographic Information System, QGIS, and the analysis were done by doing the comparison with the GLI. GLI is the Green Leaf Index. Okay, so for the finding and discussion in terms of UAV-based TRA, so this is the example of the UAV imagery that had been overlaid with the Google image that show the distribution of the trees around this area. And based on this image, we can actually identify the potential hazardous tree by looking at the differences in terms of the size, canopy size or the crown size, and also the discoloration. And based on this, we can identify 4 trees over here are quite odd, are quite similar compared to the other with the same species. So after that, the certified arborists go to the site and also inspect all these trees and found out all these 4 trees actually has the structural defect. For example, this tree over here, which is the Albizia saman, has structural defects such as the dead twig, dead branches, poor branch attachment, unbalanced crown, and also sign of damage from the back pruning history, which would cause potential hazard to people or pose some risk to people in the future. So this actually had proven the data collected by the UAV actually are quite reliable. So to conclude that, the UAV-based TRA improved detection accuracy by 30%, and the high-risk tree identified with 85% precision, and also it provides a faster assessment compared to the traditional method. Okay, so for the result for UAV and Green Leaf Index GLI for tree monitoring, which we combine these 2 methods. So this is the same image as before, but at the second area, which is Jalan Awan Besar. So from this image, we can actually we have identified two potential hazardous trees, and when we compare with and by doing the superimpose with the green leaf index and tree hazard assessment, we found out that there are actually three trees that might potentially pose some risk or hazard. The green leaf index category are healthy, moderate hazard, critical hazard, and high hazard. Based on the superimpose and also the combination of these two methods, we can conclude that the low risk trees are actually the healthy trees, and the moderate risk has some defect. High risk that might likely to fail, and also the critical risk very likely to fail with severe consequences, including the death. Okay, so in terms of the conclusion, UAV and also TRA, the usage of UAV in TRA, it helps the local authorities to identify hazardous trees for better urban planning, and also it saves time, cost, labor by enabling targeted inspection by certified arborists. So certified arborists don't have to inspect all of the trees along all of the roads, because in Kuala Lumpur alone in 2019, that have Kuala Lumpur City Hall already planted about 100,000 trees in that year alone. So you can imagine how many trees are in the Kuala Lumpur alone to be inspected individually by certified arborists. So by having UAV, we can actually have early detection and also identify what trees to be inspected and which trees that might potentially causing hazard. And then, in terms of the alignment with policies and goals in the national level and also in the global level, including the United Nations Sustainable Design Goals number 3, number 11, and also number 13. And UAV, with the combination of green leaf index for tree monitoring, increases efficiency and accuracy in hazard detection with 66 and 100% accuracy in identifying risky trees, and also helps to prioritize tree management using the risk rating matrix. However, this study also have some limitation. For example, the environmental factors, which are the weather, lighting, shadow effect, which could influence the GLI calculation, because we are taking the image from above. And then UAV models that we had used might not really be the good or the best model due to the financial constraint. So we cannot provide the hyperspectral images as good as the better model. And then due to the regulatory concern, especially last year after the tree felling issues, we had faced a lot of constraints from the local authorities to fly the drone in the city center. And then way forward, we could actually expand GLI application across urban environment and other tree species, and to integrate advanced remote sensing, for example, using a better drone, using the multispectral and hyperspectral imaging, and then use machine learning, which is the thing nowadays, to automate hazard assessment and also to strengthen collaboration with local authorities for effective policy planning and implementation. Okay, just some acknowledgement. The study was funded by Myra Research Grant, which is the internal grant of UiTM.
Okay. Okay, Muhammad Hafiz, thank you very much for the presentations. Very interesting and very good presentations. Is there any questions from the floor? No? No.
Assalamualaikum. I have a question.
Okay.
Samsul again. My question is very general. When you say previously that the trees were badly maintained, can you describe how is that? Because I've seen a couple of many trees, especially from where I come from, Malacca. There's so many trees being cut off. For me, I think it is very important to retain all the trees, but I don't think the state authorities understand that. I am not sure what is their motivation, but yes, that's my question. So how is it damaging the tree?
Okay, do you mean that the tree have been top down, like potong separuh terus, or is it being cut down totally?
I mean, I've seen a couple of kinds of trimming or pruning. I'm not sure what it's called, but some of it just totally cut off and then left. It's not dead, it's not alive, but it's just surviving. But I've also seen the ones cut at the I'm not too sure how to explain that, but where the branches split.
Okay, I think I understand what's the situation that you meant. Okay, then what is what we call as topping? Topping is like we cut almost half of the trees and we left the whatever left there lah. And then it is actually a bad practice, and supposedly the local authority should hire and should involve certified arborists in the tree maintenance, tree management and also maintenance for every local authorities. And some of the local authorities already have certified arborists, in-house certified arborists, but they can also hire the companies that have the certified arborists. So topic is actually a bad practice because maybe they want to avoid the issues like tree felling, for example, so they cut. So it is a shortcut. However, in the future, there is a lot of water shoots will coming down. Water shoot is like a rapid growth of the trees that coming down, coming out lah after the topic. So some people might think that, oh, it's a good thing to happen lah because a lot of shoots coming out. But actually, those shoots that coming rapidly at the same time would have a weaker attachment later on when they grow. So when they grow, all of the branches to be compete with each other and have a weaker attachment and has a higher potential to fail in the future. So to answer your question, yes, it is a bad practice and should be maintained better lah in the future.
One more question, sorry.
Okay, sure.
Sorry, just to ask, because I'm quite concerned what is happening at my place. Is there any regulation policies at state level to make sure that these trees are being taken care of?
Okay, currently, Jabatan Landscape Negara or National Landscape Department of Malaysia, together with ILAM, Institute of Landscape Architects Malaysia, are trying to push what we call that, something in rang undang-undang tempatan, to have the landscape policy, landscape undang-undang lah, a law and policy in the national level. But currently there is none. There is no law regarding the landscape and also the tree maintenance and management. Okay, we only have the what we call that as policy and also recommendation, but there is no law regarding the tree management and maintenance to safeguard the trees in Malaysia.
So how about another countries, maybe from your research?
Okay, I think the time is already.
Okay, maybe you can ask.
You can ask later on, after this. I think very good questions, and also the explanation is also very clear. But I think one of the very important issues that maybe to enhance this research is, I think from the Pak Samsul, there should be regulations probably that in the recommendation that you have to put it in your research later on in the futures. Maybe you have to make another research for how to make the regulation on these issues. I think that's a very good presentation, Muhammad Hafiz. I think that we adjourn this session.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay. Now I call Pak Samsul, Samsul Amri bin Adi Latif. Okay. Samsul Amri. Mr. Samsul Amri. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
The floor is yours, Samsul.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum everyone. To be
Waalaikumsalam.
okay, to tell you the truth, this study, which is basically my students' study, which we sort of like sit down and we collaborated. It is based on their final year project. However, it is my first experience undertaking this sort of direction in terms of analysis. So if there is if some questions I may not be knowledgeable, but I'll try my best to address the questions. So what we are looking at today is looking at the tourist perception using sentiment analysis at Chenang Beach. Chenang Beach is basically situated in Langkawi Island, situated in northern part of Malaysia, the state of Kedah. So basically why this is chosen, because Langkawi appears to be one of the best tourist attraction in West Malaysia. And it is also important to understand that online review is also very, very important in terms of decision making of the tourists. So I showed you a little bit of the flow. So in short, what it means is that tourists travel, and tourists, before they travel, they do a little bit of homework, and they tend to use online references to plan where they want to go. And this is also important because it relates to whether they want to return, whether they want to, they intend to visit a destination. Okay, so our objective is basically to examine tourist review of Chenang Beach using sentiment analysis in Chenang Beach. Okay. So this is a basic, I think I'll just go through very quickly of the literature review. So our study covers all of these areas which I've already posted here. It covers the gaps between the online reviews using a sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis is something considered up and coming. They are related to NLP, and of course, if you do some reading on it, it's got many approaches that we can actually use. Likewise, using TripAdvisor as a data source is also similar to studies previously, touching on a lot of social media to come up with or to use as a data source. This relates to destination image and also preservation, environment awareness, because before this, although there are studies relating to all these areas, however, there are some limitation whereby in terms of using online review and sentiment analysis is lacking of. Okay, okay, I think I'll move on to the next one. So as you can see, the symbol here is basically a new software which you used. It's called Orange Data Mining. It's basically a free software being developed by a university in Europe. So for our study, we have 460 reviews ranging from 2019 to 2024. And this is basically in Chenang Beach only. And it is focused on English language only. And the relevance why it is 2019 to 2024 is because of recency. And we used, other than Orange Data Mining, we also use ChatGPT, and we also use, what's the other one? Aptify. Basically, what we did is basically we scraped the data using Aptify from the website, okay, the online part. When we scrape the data, we use orange to evaluate and to basically to clean up the data. Okay, to clean up the data. So in terms of language, okay, sometimes in between there are words which are not usable or not strong enough, not keywords. So these things are being removed. And then we use that software, okay, to measure the sentiment, whether it is positive, whether it is negative, or whether it is neutral. All right. And we use ChatGPT to evaluate the sentiments, the content of the sentiments. So basically we look into what is being emerged. So there are certain themes which emerge from our exercise. Okay, I think we'll just move on to the next one. So the result is very simple and straightforward. Okay, 87% is positive, 99% is negative, while 4% is neutral. Neutral is something like, you know, you make a positive statement, but there is a word "but" there, and then there's a negative negative sentence as well. So it makes it neutral. So as you can see here, 87%. Okay. And when we dive deeper into the positive review, these are the elements which emerge. So as you can see here, okay, atmosphere, beach quality, activities, facilities, these are all elements which have positive reviews. Okay, and then we look into the negative reviews. Okay, and these are the themes that emerge. Okay, it came things like cleanliness, facilities, overcrowding, and safety. Okay. So what is also important is that when we did the research, we couldn't find any comments, any review on SDGs or comments generally about environmental conservation. There is none. So that is an opportunity for us to see whether we should be increasing our awareness through our eco-friendly programs. And if you look at implication to the stakeholders, it is basically a chance for us to maintain our beach quality, our chance to increase the cleanliness and facilities, basically all the things that I showed you earlier on the negative and the positive side. So basically what we want to do is to strengthen the positive side and also to address the negative comments. Please note the negative comments, although it is very small in number compared to the positive one, but this shouldn't be put aside. So, in conclusion, Chenang Beach is highly rated, okay, but we still need to improve on certain areas, particularly in cleanliness and facilities. And also we have a chance to develop more on sustainability awareness among our tourists and visitors, and is that more engagement is required among the stakeholders. So for future research direction, we suggest that this could be expanded to other locations, other beaches, and usage of other language. But sometimes when we use other languages, there are also elements of biasness relating to that particular area. Of course, there are other approaches, other models of AI, which we can use for future research so that it becomes deeper. So that is all for my presentation today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor or Professor Samsul. Should I call you? What should I call you?
Just call my name, it's okay.
Because I didn't see in this.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any questions from the floor?
Really, this is about the orange apps because you are using you taken the data from the TripAdvisor, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah. Okay. There is I mean, your students before using a trip like trip.com, they get a free check for the places they are going.
Yes.
For example, this can be extracted to the orange data, or we just comment and then they.
You have to use another software
Okay.
called data scraper.
Oh.
So the one that I use is called Aptify.
Actify, and then we just put the data, and then they are.
If you go
extract.
to Aptify, there will be modules. Say if you want to go for Facebook, there is Facebook. If you want to go for Instagram, there is Instagram, and other websites. If you have your own particular website, you can put the address there, and they can scrape the data from there.
Okay.
So you can actually adjust according to what year, what date, what time, and whatever type limitations you want to put.
Okay.
It is really interesting. My first exposure to this actually.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yes, my comment is right there from here in Johor. Okay, this is my first time that seeing a researcher using ChatGPT for the thematic analysis. Usually we are using that every. So can you share maybe if there is any scholarly?
Oh yes. Yes. There are, because we shouldn't be limiting our. I couldn't quote you the names of the authors, but there are in the studies. I think you can check the references that I put in the paper. Yes, when we do a thematic, based on the comments, the comments, so they extract that one out, and we check what does that fall into. So that's why that's how the teams comes out.
I want to add on. There is the inside of the ChatGPT, they get many of apps inside of the ChatGPT. Because I saw the thematic analysis itself, they provide also inside of the ChatGPT. That's why I read your paper previously. Kan Dr. sebab dia ada memang apps ChatGPT tu memang ada banyak masuk SWOT analysis, thematic analysis, dia encoding based on the data yang kita upload aja.
Yes. I mean, improvement is done very quickly.
Yes.
At that time when I was doing this, there were none.
I wanted to ask. Okay, but talking about this, is it the same for DeepSeek?
I believe so. DeepSeek is another alternative to ChatGPT. A lot of people are jumping into that now. Yes, but of course there are also limitations and biases when we use chats that needs to be addressed. But if you can, I'm sure you've seen, ChatGPT has got around 71% or 80% accuracy. So there is some biasness there.
So maybe we can correlate the data into the ChatGPT data.
It needs to be done. You need human input into that scenario so that it is not to lessen the biases.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I think I get one question for you, Prof. Samsul.
Yes.
Could you maybe, because I think so in the conclusions that you already had, could you just maybe explain a bit specific on what kind of engagement that is needed to raise the sustainable awareness? Because the rate of the research is actually there is a very low in the environmental conservation's awareness.
Okay.
Maybe
Yes. Thank you. The slide that I've prepared is very stripped down, so I remove a lot of words. So that's why it appears to be very simple. What I meant is that every stakeholders in this particular session needs to be sitting together and then addressing the problems together. As you know, all of this involves the community, the tourists, as the payers, the state authorities, and so on. Everything needs to be collaborated together so that for the good of the destination. That's my answer, Prof.
Okay, I think that's all.
Thank you, Prof.
Yeah, the conversation, so I think very interesting, especially the case is Langkawi. Our next Associate Professor Dr. Masmi Saad, who is actually
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
okay. Are you Dr. Masmi?
No, actually, Associate Prof. Dr. Mazni is in Malaysia.
Uh-huh.
I'll represent her, which my name is Dr. Siti Yulian Ahmad. You can call me Yan.
Yeah, I mean this one, the second author.
Yes, I'm the co-author here.
Okay. The floor is yours. Akilah. Go, yeah. I think that's the one.
Siti Yulian Ahmad, Prof.
Oh, Siti. Oh, okay. Siti Yuliandi Ahmad. Okay,
Yeah.
the floor is yours, Associate Professor Siti.
Not yet Associate Professor, but it's
Oh.
okay. Amin.
Amin.
All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone.
Waalaikumsalam.
How do you know that you are in Bangkok? How do you know that you are in Bangkok? Because in the morning, we are serious taking note for the conference, right? In the evening, we can hear a very lovely love song. That's why in Bangkok is happening because celebrations and conference collide in style. All right. So today we are talking about the experience for the tourism. So when we talk about tourism, the person with disability, they also have the right to travel. So can you imagine when you are at the hotel, can you see the facility and amenity for the persons with disability at your hotel currently? What type of facility? Parking, very good. The ramp, what else? Wheelchair facility, lift. So toilets, very good, excellent. So as you can see, even in Meroz, right, you can see the ramp. But is it according to the guideline? Can you imagine the wheelchair goes? Right. So can you imagine how the persons with disability, they want to go upstairs? They have to, even my son need to someone to help them to push that. Okay. That's why when we talk about the disability, we need to consider their facility and amenity, because there is a lack in terms of the facility provided. Okay. So this research focusing on the persons with disability, especially on those with wheelchair and crutch, meaning that they need someone or something or stakeholder need to provide the facility for them. As you can see, 1.3 billion people globally experience disability. Even when you go to Pratunam, you can see that those with disability, meaning that, can you imagine Alhamdulillah, we have our own ability, but they struggle to a flight, to go to that places because the facility provided, okay? But they also contributed 58.2 billion. Can you imagine? That's a lot to the tourism industry. But there's a problem because 96% reporting accommodation problem. Even though there's a facility, but they are struggling because inadequate facility and they need independent, especially someone or person in charge to help them. And 86% facing flight difficulty and 79% struggling with transportation. So that's why this study, the focus is to understand the experience of persons with the disability, to categorize the accessibility of tourism experience, and to identify the key barriers that hinder the participation. Because even though we keep talking about the persons with disability, the guideline, the law, the standard, especially for the RAM, especially for the all the facility for them, but the enforcement in terms of implementing that facility is still questionable. Okay, so this theory use the effective event theory, meaning that we want to see the anticipation before, during, and post visit, meaning that we want to understand the informer, how they perceive their planning for the travel, inbound or outbound, where we then focus on inbound, which is domestically or international. We just want to have understanding on their current situations. That's why this is a phenomenological approach study. Okay, as you can see here, the methodology, this study used the semi-structured questionnaire where we open our tool, which is the semi-structured instrument, the questionnaire. We validate with the expert first. So once the expert validate the question, then we conduct the pre-test, pilot test, and conduct interview with our persons with disability. 4. Why only 4? In the qualitative research design, the number is occurring according to data saturation, meaning that once we got 1, 2, 3, 4, there's no new data or new theme emerged during the thematic analysis, then we stop the interview session. So it's according to the data saturation during the interview process. That's why we conduct the inductive thematic analysis. So thematic analysis consists of the basic approach, which is familiarized with the data, identify the code, identify the theme, read the theme, rename the theme, and writing the report. So here, these are the 4 informants that we have an interview. As you can see here, there are different age range, which is from 17, 27, 23, and 49. One of them is a lecturer. So moving on, the finding. Okay, I just want to write up the finding. According to the finding, the male, they are not keen to have a proper planning for their travel. Is it similar to all, right? I think all men same. They are not keen to planning for the travel. They just go. Okay, just go. Okay, they don't really keen to planning ahead as compared to women. I think majority of women here, you can agree, right? We anticipate, we planning ahead, right? We want to see, we project what happened, where to go first day, second day, third day, and intense, serious, right? So as compared to the male, same here, they less concerned because they are preparing mental. So they say that if anything happen, it's okay. Even though they are disabled person. That means they are more toward the challenge. Okay. Realization phase, meaning that during the process, they realize that some of the facility are not according to the what they are expectation. So some have negative experience during travel. So as we can see that the facility do not comply with universal design. That's why I ask you, the RAM, is it according to the guideline? Because I think as architecture, you know better, right? So is it according to the guideline and all the facility and amenities for the persons with disability? And here, limited participations, meaning that because they don't have a facility to accommodate their needs, so they rarely travel. And they cannot participate in the activity, meaning that they just sightseeing or maybe go to the stay in the hotel. To summarize the finding, as you can see here, the pre-travel, during travel, and post-travel, all I just highlight just now, they need someone. Male, they don't really plan to travel, and they are open for the challenge. But women, they are keen and they have high expectations when they travel. So here, there's a limited centrism activities due to inaccessibility. Here you can see the second objective to identify the challenges. So the challenges we divided by attitude, social challenges, and physical. This means, I just summarize the finding. It means persons with disability, they say, this is based on their experience, when they travel, the attitude from others to them, the stigma like they are a burden, they feel that way. So when we saw persons with disability, they have more empathy toward people. Because why? Because they face that during travel. They face the challenging and difficulty during travel. So when they see other people, they are more empathy toward others because they don't want others to have the same feeling to it.
1 minute more.
Okay. Okay, Prof. Thank you for your reminder. So attitude and social challenge, this one, this is the finding from the interview process. And this is the finding from the observations where we can see that physical also, like this figure shows that wheelchair stuck at the elevator for the wheelchair, dysfunctional wheelchair elevators. And this also regarding on the past the drainage gate. And then this is the long and narrow gap. So all these three are the challenge faced by persons with disability. So discussions, okay, so what we need now is not just about awareness. We need to take actions, especially in terms of implementations of the LAT. Meaning that in Malaysia, we have all the guidelines, we have all the policies, but we need enforcements by
Okay.
stakeholders. Time's up.
Yeah, I'm very sorry that the time is already.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentations.
All right. Thank you.
Is there any questions from the floor? I think this is very, very important research. Maybe there is a question from Ibu Juraida.
Yeah, it's a very interesting topic, but your focus is on the physical disability, right?
Physical disability, yes.
Okay. I wonder if maybe in future, maybe you can continue with the non-physical disability like those autism and okay, because I have a kid which is ADHD. So people do not see his disability, but only the family knows. So we need to control or take care of him instead of the public. Unless we tell the public, oh, he is a disability kid. So I wonder maybe in the future, you can continue with the, how to say, what's the term? I don't remember.
Special need care. Non-physical special needs kids.
Special needs kids. Okay, another one. Can you share how you conduct the snowball sampling in your study?
Okay, excellent question, Dr. Zhu, right? Dr. Zhu.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. To answer the first question, this is a in-depth qualitative interview session. Actually, initially, I tried to contact the, Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat to get the contact of the special needs kids in area MUA. We want to conduct community engagement, research, and so on at the area. But then due to, there's a time constraint, I didn't go further, but initial discussion, we already have the initial agreement. But for ADHD, I think it's quite challenging because we don't have that facility like one center for like in under JKM, they have one center for dyslexia, and so under PhD, according to JKM, when I contact for the information, they don't have that information. But that is very good information because my son also is quite hyperactive. I can say that we need some intervention in terms of understanding the behavior of this special kid. Okay, thank you for your suggestion. We will highlight it in our discussion with our teammate. To answer the second question regarding on the snowball, okay, as you know, in the research design, we have probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Under the probability sampling, we have systematic random sampling, stratified clusters, and strata. Under the non-probability sampling, we have the convenient purposes, snowball, and quota, for example. so in the quantitative research design, we choose the probability sampling. Why? Because we want to generalize the data to the whole population. That's one of the reasons. Because the assumptions for the statistic, we need to fulfill the assumptions for the linearity and homogeneity and so on. But in terms of this qualitative research design, we conduct the snowball because we cannot get all the person with disability. So we will get one informant, and then the other informant will reference to others. It's like a snowball, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So from the initial interview session with the first informant, we ask that person whether they have another contact with persons with disability. Then we continue until we get the data saturations. Am I answering questions?
Because the snowball, that is the problem when they get a bias, because from another person to another person, they will give the same information.
Not really. It depends because when we conduct the session, we conduct face-to-face sessions, right? So when during face-to-face session, they answer the questions and they don't really reveal the questions to the next one. Okay.
Based on the maybe literature review and previous study, do you see any special facilities for non-physical needed non-physical disabilities outside a special non-physical form ADHD or autism facilities in Malaysia?
Okay.
Actually, I would like to answer that question, but I'm afraid my information might be wrong. But I need to check with my teammate and I email it to you. Okay.
I think
Yes,
I think the time is already running quite fast. Maybe you could respond later on after this directly to Pak Sarafuddin, yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Siti Yuliana, for the presentations. And then we come to the last sessions. I would like to call Ibu Zuraida Sipon to come to the, Okay, the floor is yours, Ibu Zuraida.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good evening. I don't need to speak in English. Sorry. No need to speak in Thailand.
No. We don't understand.
Okay.
Yeah, good evening.
All right. I am Zuraida, okay, the main author of this topic, which is Gen Z PsyCap. PsyCap is psychological capital and work performance. And I tested the model using higher order construct in Smart PLS, right? All right, so this paper is actually collaboration between UiTM Johor and Perbanas Institute. We can see that my co-presenter is ready over there from Jakarta, Indonesia, right?
I see that.
Right.
Pak Dewantaro.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically this is the flow of our presentation. So now I will pass to Dr. Dewantoro Marsono, or known as Dr. Achong. Pass
Okay,
to
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Sifat. I'm going to present about the introduction and then the hypothesis of the second first part. First of all, we are talking about the work performance is crucial for organization. In Malaysia, the services industry is hold about 50% of the Malaysia GDP, and then as the banking industry is the most important or the most crucial part in this services industry, which is they can stabilize the economy as well as also in the common the banking industry is consists of rely on the performance of the workforce. According to other research that we found, more than 20% of the workforce performance contribute about 20% of the GDPs. This is why the organizational success depends on the work performance. While in the meantime, the Gen Z, those who born between 1990s, middle 1990s to the early 2010s, start entering the workforce labor. Gen Z work performance are reshaping workplace dynamic. This means that the new innovation, productivity, and economic growth in a rapidly evolving job landscape requires an understanding of individual motivation and the effective utilization of their skill. How to cope with this situation? Psychological capital, PsyCap, influence motivation, engagement, and resilience. The PsyCap we are using is focusing on the individual positive psychological conditions. Hence, we expected by understanding the capitals, the psychological capital of the Gen Z, the company or the banking industry can improve their performance capability effectively. The objective of our study is to examine the impact of the PsyCap on Gen Z employees' work performance in Malaysia banking. Now about the literature review. According to Song, Hamdani, and Natali in 2024, they found that the work performance is affected by individual attributed motivation, job satisfaction, job resources like feedback, flexibility, and positive culture also impact work performance. Technology and engagement significantly enhance performance. We also are using the Luthans, Afri, Tran et al. Research paper that they found that psychological capital can be modeled by HERO. They call HERO model. It's abbreviation of hope, efficacy, self-efficacy, of course, resilience, and optimism. Those four potential in every single individual. Also, we also one of them that we believe will impact the work performance. By understanding the HERO model, the company can improve the work performance of Gen Z. Next slide, please. We are also using the grand theory about the GDR theory, means that job demand resources model. This is a popular model in occupational stress research. The model suggests that employee health and well-being are influenced by balance between demands and job resources. The theory says that high demands and low resources can lead burnout and strain, while high resources can promote motivation and engagement. We use also the research from the chain that supporting study high strike cap improve job performance. Based on those literature and the theoretical based practice, we developed the hypothesis that hypothetical capital significantly influenced the work performance of Gen Z in the Malaysian banking sectors. The model is look like this one. So the next slide will be presenting by Ms. Sifon. Ms. Sifon, the time is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Chong. So I will continue with the research methodology. Okay, basically this study is self-administered survey that taken or adopted from two authors. The work performance from KMITL et al. 2014. For the cycle, we used Luton et al. 2007. So we use Gen Z as our sample, Gen Z employees working in the banking sector. Our G-power minimum sample is 123, but we managed to get 181 after the data cleaning. And we use purposive sampling. We collect our data using LinkedIn, and it covers the whole region of Malaysia, and the data being analyzed using Smart PLS. Okay, in Smart PLS, we use two level of measurement model, which is lower order and higher order construct, to assess the convergent validity and discriminant validity of the model. And from the outcome at both level, all the requirements of the lower order and higher order construct measurement model being verified and fulfilled. And then after that, we conduct the structural model. Before we run the bootstrap, we check for the collinearity issue and found that there is no multi-collinearity issue. The hypothesis testing result shows that R squared is 0.496 or 49.6 of the variance being explained by the model. The effect, okay, the beta is 0.704 and the p-value is 0.00 or less than 0.01. It means that the relationship is positive, significant positive relationship. As for the effect, the F square is 0.983. It indicates large effect size. And then we also run to see whether the model is predictive relevance or not. Using Q square, we found the score is 0.479, which is more than 0.
1 minute more.
And for the PLS predict 1 minute, is it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the key findings is that the psych cap or psychological capital has significant positive effect on the Gen Z work performance in the banking sector in Malaysia. It means that higher psychological capital, enhanced motivation, engagement, and resilience. And this study also show a strong predictive power and practical relevance. And recommendation is for the work environment to create optimistic working atmosphere and to foster resilience in high stress jobs like the banking sector. And for the future recommendation, maybe this model can be applied into other sector and also can be executed to longitudinal research because this is a cross-sectional study. Also to incorporate supplementary factor like leadership or maybe physical working environment to the study to see how or whether the effect is still the same or it might change. Okay. So I think I just skip this one. Just that this study being funded under strategic research partnership collaboration between UiTM and Perbanas Institute Indonesia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation from Dewantoro and also Ibu Juraida Sifwan. I think I give to the floor. Is there any questions to this topic? Nggak ada orang. Okay, I think if there is no questions, I will give one questions to the could you elaborate about what is actually the results when you already make a research on this in this topic, especially to the Gen Z? Or what is actually you find out about the program of Hero? Hero, yeah.
Hero, yeah.
Yeah, Hero, yeah. It's a which what is actually what is you find out about this Hero in the Gen Z itself?
Okay, Hero consists of 4 dimensions actually. The hope, self-efficacy, resilience, and also optimism.
Yep.
Right, but in this model, we run it as one construct to see as a whole, psychological capital, how it influenced the Gen Z work performance. And our findings shows that, yes, it is strongly and significantly influence the performance of Gen Z, because the idea come into this topic is that Gen Z are quite well known with their issues of anxiety, stress, and all that. And there are lack of studies on the work performance of Gen Z.
Okay, but I think so. What is actually you find out about? I mean, because when I learned about this research, you mentioned that the Hero is actually hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism. Could you explain to us which actually the one that is more influence in this for the Gen Z?
Okay, Prof, in this study, I run it using higher order construct. Higher order construct means I run it as a whole, as a psychological capital, not as individual dimension. Not as individual dimension. So our findings, PsyCap as a whole, that means a combination of these 4 elements.
Okay.
Okay, it significantly influenced the work performance of Gen Z. If I were to run the data separately, we might see different results. Means maybe out of 4, maybe 2 only significant, the other 2 is not significant, or it may be positive, negative, significant, positive, negative, it might be different.
Okay. It means that with this analysis, you analyze 4 of them. The whole.
All
together.
Yes.
Not you cannot identify which one that actually more important than the yeah. Okay.
That is in other paper, Prof.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like that. Is that any questions from the floor? Oh no. It's already the time is already.
They are exhausted already, Prof.
Oh yeah, because we are the last
I'm
section.
the last presenter here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Prof. And also Pak Narto from Jakarta. And I think we give applause to all of the author or the speakers who already make a presentation, a very good presentation. And I will adjourn this session. Thank you very much for joining these sessions, and also thank you very much for the committee, and we give applause to all of us because this is the last session. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, can we have a round of applause for Dr. Nurlisa, please? We'll take our final breakout for today. Thank you so much, Dr. Prof. I hope you enjoy your dinners. Yes. Okay, so thank you also to all the virtual presenters, so the virtual co-presenters, and also thank you as well to all the physical, the F2F presenters as well. Okay, so basically right now we already finished all the breakouts, and so we will take a short break, and the dinner tonight will commence at 8 p.m. sharp. I think 8 p.m. sharp, yeah, here, the same venue. Alright, so thank you so much everyone. I'm your MC and bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Enjoy the dinner in Bangkok.
Thank you.
Send the dinner to us.
Okay. Yeah. Give me the address.
We can do rendang, yes?
Rendang, yeah. Rendang ketupat.
Soto Betawi.
Soto Betawi from Pak Dewanto.
Okay, everyone, good luck. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Recording stopped.